right. So it does look like we're live. This is good. It's been a little while. Hello, everybody. This is meteorologist Andrew Pinero. Yeah, it's getting a little bit less often that these videos, whether it's a uploaded video or a live stream, it's getting a little bit less often. Just things happening. Trying to get used to something new I'm doing, which I'm not really getting used to, which is kind of unfortunate, but oh well. This is going to be not very long Games and Storms Live. Normally, I know we go for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. And yes, Raymond, hello. How are you doing? Thank you for joining in after a long time since I did anything with the channel. But yes, we did have some nice severe thunderstorms last week. I was watching it, although I was still busy with this new job thing that I'm doing, and I just couldn't get off that. So I feel bad, but we'll see. We'll see what happens in the near future with things. But Raymond, how you doing? So we're gonna get started. I'm gonna pull up some weather maps. This is the first time that I'm doing a live stream, and I literally have no idea what the weather is going to be tomorrow. It's been that chaotic in my life at this moment, but I just have not really been able, unless it was something severe or something big like Delta making its way through. I really haven't had time to look at weather like day to day. That is saddening. Oh, that's what it was. See, I didn't even have time to look at radar to identify a derecho. I just heard it coming through. But let me start pulling up some weather maps here. There we go. And yes, good. That is all good. And also, I have worked on a couple things with OBS. So, how do I sound right now? In the headphones, it sounds really good. I just want to make sure it sounds good on your end, too, because OBS, I learned some new settings in OBS with audio, such as, I don't want to touch it right now, but a compressor, a limiter, and something else. But the main thing with the audio compressor is anything below a threshold, anything really low frequency or really high frequency, it compresses that into a certain range. So if I stop talking, I see on the audio meter it's completely silent, which is exactly what I wanted. Okay. And yes, Raymond, unfortunately, we are seeing a spike in the pandemic. I hope it doesn't get like it was, but we shall see. But I really hope not. Anyway, let me pull up some of these weather maps here, and then we'll get started. All right, so this is a first I've kind of gone into forecasting completely blind. So let's take a look at some things from very, very scratch. Good old radar and satellite is always a good place to start your diagnostics when you're weather forecasting. Oh, mountain snow. Interesting. Now, mountainy meaning like Catskills Mountain? This would also help if, there we go, if the buttons actually worked. And let's take a look at this nighttime microphysics satellite. Ooh, that looks good. And we can't go without the good old tropical tidbits. We're not going to look at everything. I'm just going to pull up a couple of main forecast models. Got the GFS, Icon, NAM from Tropical Tidbits. Oh, there we go. And network connection is very stable, which I like. And pivotal weather. For the European model. Come on. You can do it. Nope. Pivotal weather is not behaving for me. I can't change it from continental. But, nope, my internet's still good. I still see it streaming there. Maybe pivotal weather froze? I don't know. Oh, interesting. Raymond, I believe we have had that before where the excuse me, the GFS showed very powerful hurricanes that just never became. All right, well, the pivotal weather site's not working, so we'll stick to tropical tidbits. And let's bring up the weather forecast office. Okay, let's start there. Oh yeah, I remember in the beginning of the year I was saying I was going to do a special on the 50th anniversary of Noah. I don't know if that's gonna be able to work out for this year. Okay, let me switch this on over here. Ooh, that was a little fast, but it worked. Anyway. No, network looks fine. Network looks fine. Excellent connection. Good. Okay. So here. Let me just hope. Actually, let me see if I can full screen this. There we go. Nice full screen. 27 inches. All right. So here, we're not really seeing much. Oh, there goes a fly. So we're not really seeing too much. The only advisory right now is right here. Small craft advisory. Nothing too big. Oh, I do. I'll check out one other site as well. Hold on. There we go. I was on the wrong window. Here we go. The GFS may be the new Canadian. This is something interesting to take a look at. Let me see. Is this my hot switch button? Nope. I don't know what my hotkey is. Anyway. Let's try this. There we go. Okay. So I don't know if this is something that the GFS is struggling with, but because of the far fewer airplanes that are going out, there is less emissions coming out of the airplane. And the airplanes would be the ones emitting these greenhouse gases directly into the upper atmosphere. So I don't know if that's something that may be something that a research project may unfold. But it'd be very interesting to see if there's any correlation between a decreased CO2, for instance, level in the upper atmosphere has any correlation with less air traffic due to the pandemic. Okay. So there's really nothing out here, and I want to see. Wait for it. There we go. Weather Prediction Center. Let's take a look at the surface analysis here. Wow, so look at this. That's a pretty good high. All right, so we got a system that is west of the Great Lakes there. And yes, I definitely agree for that. Although we know a lot more this time around. Okay, so let's see. You can see kind of where things are. This is actually kind of a good practice just because I'm completely blind to as what was going on with the weather world. So there's a high. There's a little bit of a low. There's another high. So let's take a look at where those are, which those are as of 21Z. And then we're going to take a look going into the forecast models as where those things move, where those weather features move on each of the forecast models. But I did also want to bring this up here. Oops. There we go. This is nighttime microphysics. So this is visible satellite at night. Pretty clear. Just a few wispy clouds here throughout New Jersey. Delmarva, New England, it's just really starting to come in off, the Great Lakes. Well, we may have to develop those medications for something new down the road that current medications don't work for. So we'll see. All right, let us start here. Yes, I do know how to use the GFS. Actually, we'll leave that one on continental US. Just hope this doesn't switch. Oh, there we go. And let me switch. Oh, that's my hot switch. That's unfortunate. Let me see if it'll work. Okay. That is good to know. That is my hot switch for the transition. I should change that. My arrow keys for the forecast models here were changing my transitions. So if all of a sudden you just see me on camera and you don't see the computer screen, let me know. All right. So where are we? Going into Thursday. Oh, did it do it again? Make sure I click this window. I'm a little rusty. Anyway, all right. So it looks like that high makes its way out to sea. That allows... Oh, look at this. That's a pretty good line right there. Then there's your 540 line, too. So that cold front coming through, it doesn't look like it holds together too much to really produce any kind of severe weather. But yeah, definitely some rain. Ooh, and look at that. Interesting kind of phasing happening there. As that low pressure system in Canada makes its way out, and then it looks like it picks up some moisture, is when we take a look at the 500 millibar flow, there's kind of your jet stream pattern. So as that jet stream is moving northeast, it's picking up some moisture coming from the Gulf of Mexico right there. And then a low starts developing. So that is Saturday. Oh, it doesn't look too good for the, at least eastern New York and the New York City area, New Jersey, all pretty much the northern half of the East Coast there. Doesn't look too good. And this is still Saturday, but then the high, ooh, interesting. So blocking patterns come up in some scenarios. This is the opposite of a blocking pattern. So what I'm thinking of is an omega block. That's when you have a high pressure to the north and you have two low pressures to the south. And the flow of counterclockwise flow around each of the low pressures and then clockwise flow in the northern hemisphere for the high creates this kind of like static motion. But here, it's an upside down omega. So counterclockwise rotation here, clockwise rotation here, counterclockwise rotation here. All of that's kind of feeding off of each other, which is allowing it to move through. Anti-omega? Interesting. And look at this. What do you know? That's going into Sunday there for Canada. Is that going to be a nor'easter? I mean, it kind of looks like it from here. It doesn't make it our way. It's still a little bit too warm. But that could be a nor'easter for Canada there. And that's a little interesting thing developing over here, too. If that gets a name, a tropical name, that's going to be very intriguing. Just because, I haven't looked at that. Let me look at that, too. NHC. Let's see. So there is a disturbance there. 8 p.m. And it's a 10% chance of formation. So, I don't know. Oh, Raymond, is Delta the last one? Or is there anything after Delta that was named in the Atlantic Basin? So at least it doesn't look very active at the moment, but when we were looking at that GFS, it was looking a little bit more active. There was nothing after Delta. All right, thank you. So, I don't know if that would form, if that would be considered tropical, because it's not in the tropics when it's forming, but this has been such a crazy year. I wouldn't be surprised if by anything anymore. Okay, anyway. So for the weekend, for the Northeast, it looks like, Saturday, the first half of the day is going to be a little bit rainy. Then it's going to start clearing out. Sunday, there's your high that's kind of in between there. So that's for your day on Sunday. And then that nor'easter, what it looks like here, going into Canada, stalls a bit. Just slows down a little bit there. And then it looks like we'll be getting some showers later Monday into next Tuesday. So that's the GFS. Oh, wrong one for the icon here. Let's take a look at the icon. So still kind of a very similar pattern. Friday looking like some showers coming through. Nothing too big until overnight Friday. It does still show that same phasing. So with that phasing, it's actually going to, looks like it's going to bring in some moisture through, the jet streams bringing in some moisture from the Gulf there. And then Saturday looks like a soggy start. Just like the GFS. It looks like it clears out the second half of the day on Saturday. Sunday looks okay. And since the high is kind of, it's an oval-shaped high here, if you look at the shape of the isobar. But because of that, it looks like it's a pretty calm day for Sunday. Then going into Monday, starts out okay. That high is still in place there, keeping a lot of this at bay. But let's see. So for the New York City area, the high still acts kind of like a shield, and all of this kind of rides on top of the high pressure. Also, I just realized I forgot my studio light. So I am probably darker than usual right now. I apologize for that. I'm still rusty again. And then going into next week, there is that Canadian nor'easter. And it just leaves some lingering effects going into middle of next week with some showers, but then the next high comes through. All right. Let's take a look at the NAM here real quick, which obviously doesn't go out as far, but let's see how far out we can get. All right, so there's that system that kind of peters out as it makes its way through Friday. Let's see, does it bring up moisture? It does, and there's that little low popping up. We'll see how that is handled. But it looks like this is staying mostly offshore until you get to Maine. Maine going into kind of like Nova Scotia there. It looks like it comes back inland. So it looks like some showers starting your day on Saturday, although this one's a little bit earlier moving out. So by, say, we're still in daylight saving time. Yes, we are. So by 8 a.m., it looks like it's mostly eastern Long Island, eastern Connecticut, eastern Massachusetts, all that going further east. High in place. So the wind isn't going to be as strong if we look at those isobars there. And then going into Sunday itself, that's as far out as it goes, a 6Z Sunday. But it looks like it was following kind of the same pattern as we were having before with the Icon and the GFS, meaning Sunday was going to be an okay day. Looks like the high was kind of over us because if you still look at this, we have an oval-shaped high pressure. And with that, that means if it's almost overhead, then we have low winds, which is good. But then that system going into Canada there, I don't know, it does look like it's going to be a little interesting nor'easter to take a look at as next week approaches. All right. The only other thing I want to check out, let me see if I can pop that up real quick. I'm just going to search real quick for it, because I remember the Moss data that I usually use changed slightly. Let me see if, because I did not bookmark it yet. I just got to search for this. So I know the one-stop Moss changed. Statistical modeling, I think that is it. Nope, it was the other one. That's the same thing. What? Okay. I don't remember. Don't remember. Let me try this way. There we go. Now I got it. Mav, Max, Met. And then let's take a look at KHPN. Nope, don't autocorrect. KISP. Nope, not KISS. ISP. Oh, this autocorrect. It's too good sometimes. Okay, and KEWR. Let's take a look at those. There we go. All right, so I got that up. Let me just pop that on the screen. Okay. So let's see these overnight lows here. 50s. Well, tomorrow, I did hear this when I was listening to the news. So we have low 70s there for White Plains. Low 70s for Islip. Mid 70s, upper 70s for Newark. So it's going to feel very similar to today, or a little bit warmer than today, actually, maybe by a couple degrees, but summer-like. I would say this is a very summer-like looking pattern. And let's see, going into tomorrow. So actually, it's showing the Moss static. This is clear. CL is clear, 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 few, clear, scattered, overcast. So this going tomorrow, the 15th, 12Z, that's 8 a.m. tomorrow. We're just seeing few clouds and clear by the end of the day tomorrow. Then it gets a little bit more scattered and overcast overnight Thursday into Friday, like we were seeing on the graphical models. And yes, Raymond, I guess Delvin hasn't joined, but 5 p.m. sunsets because that's actually a good question. When is daylight saving time end? When does? Okay. November 1st. Interesting. That's coming up. We're halfway through October already. Can you believe that? So we're halfway through October. And being halfway through October, it feels like October just started, doesn't it, Raymond? Anyway. So it looks like tomorrow is going to be very summer-like. Then it's going to return to chillier temperatures in the 50s and 60s. And let me just see if that's the way it's going to be. Yeah, it looks like highs in the 60s. Highs, let's see. In the 50s. In the 50s and 60s for the next week as well. Getting chilly. Interesting weather discussion. But Raymond, thank you for joining. So the last little part of this, because I wanted to go just about a half hour, and we're coming up on that, is the unboxing part. Now, you may have, Raymond, I think you were in my last stream when I did this. VR with the Oculus Rift. Now, the Oculus Rift I got in 2017, so I got 3 years ago. This time of the year, 3 years ago. Interesting how that worked out. And that was the original Oculus system, which required a plug-in to a computer. Now, the very tricky part with that was setting up the sensors. Now, the one I bought came with 2 sensors and 2 of the hand controllers. So you get hand action in VR versus before it was just keyboard and mouse or an Xbox controller. But now we are completely cable free. Because that original system, it came with 2 sensors, and for better tracking, for 3D tracking, you needed to buy a 3rd sensor. So think of that the USB ports on the computer. You have 1 USB port per sensor. So there's 3 USB ports. Then you have a USB port for the headset. Then you have an HDMI port for the headset. Then you have, say, a display port for the computer. And then you may also have a keyboard and a mouse. So you have 8 things plugged into your computer at once. That can overload the USB controller. But now we don't have to have all that plugged in, because this headset has what's called inside out tracking, meaning there's sensors on the headset that track the environment, versus before with those little lighthouses sensors that I had plugged in. That's called outside in tracking. You have a fixed point in space, and then it's looking at where the headset's moving around, versus now we have a fixed focal point that's moving through space, and it's seeing everything around as fixed. Am I skipping frames? Oh, wow. Okay. Yes, I see that. How am I doing now? Before, it showed me dropped frames 119 when we first started. Now it shows 1,233. It looks stable right now. Raymond, are you able to see me? Are you able to see me? Are you able to hear me? Anyway, you're going to hate the sign-in for the Oculus Rift. This is the Oculus Quest, specifically the Oculus Quest 2. And yes, I do know it requires a Facebook sign-in. If you do not want to use Facebook, or you do not have Facebook and are unwilling to create a Facebook, you cannot use this product. That's a big thing. If you are unwilling to use Facebook, you are unable to use this product. Yes, I am aware of that. And good. I'm glad I see my stream is a little bit more stable at the moment. All right, so let's grab this. I have 2 pieces here. Let me switch the cameras. There we go. All right, so the first one here. The Oculus Quest 2 itself. And in here, you can see a little bit hard with the microphone. There we go. So in here, you have the 2 hand controllers and the headset itself. So that's the first thing I got. The second thing I got that was an accessory that was strongly recommended by everyone is this, the Oculus Quest 2 Elite Strap. Now, this headset has a elastic band headset that goes around your head, and you just got to pull it tight to hold it in place. Now, from what I've been told on all these preview videos that I've watched on it, that gets uncomfortable after a little bit of time. And for some, that was as little as 15 minutes of use, and it was uncomfortable. But this Elite headset, that is similar to what I have now on the Rift, which I thought the Rift was fairly comfortable. It's a pretty rigid system with like a ring that sits on the back of your cranium, the back of the skull, and it holds onto the skull, versus the tightening of the straps and the weight of the headset pulling forward. So we'll unbox that in a second. But now let's take a look at the Oculus. From Facebook. Yes, Facebook account is required. And Raymond, I totally agree with you. I think there's going to be another statewide stay-at-home order. Ooh, there's an interesting smell here. All right, so that sleeve comes off. Oop. There we go. And that leaves you this nice little cardboard box. There's an aroma coming out of here. A very pleasant aroma. Very interesting. Okay, so I got that. Got the headset in the middle, the two controllers on either side. The other biggest thing here, this headset is smaller than the Rift that I have. My glasses didn't, even though this is smaller, it's a little wider. My glasses never fit well in the Rift. I always felt like they were digging into the bridge of my nose. So this should be a little bit wider on its own, and it comes with an extra piece. All right, so these controllers, they feel like the Rift, which is a good thing. I didn't want something to feel a little bit different. I kind of like the feeling of these buttons better, too. I don't know if that's just because that controller's 3 years old, so it doesn't feel as, like, clicky. It got maybe a little bit more mushy. But yeah, these buttons, they feel more clicky. And the original Rift, the ring that's up here was on the bottom. So that ring would be going around your fingers. But the size of this feels very similar to the Rift. And from what I've seen, the original Quest had a very different design of the hand controllers. It was similar to the Rift S, which was very small. The actual pad there was smaller, but the ring was on top like that. I would think you're on the right path there, or the right track there, Raymond, with a bigger Cyber Monday this year. But a lot of places, I'm seeing Black Friday deals online. So a lot of places may be doing Black Friday doorbusters early in the morning online instead of at the door. And some places may just even offer the same deal you can get online, you can get in store. So at that point, why would you even want to go to the store if you can get the exact same deal online? I am just so hoping that it's not like the PlayStation 5 release. I did not get one. I was planning on getting one, and I am a little bit upset. Well, not a little bit, but I'm upset that I wasn't able to, because they said they were going to announce when pre-orders were going live, and they did. And then they went a day early. I got an email notification from Best Buy saying it's live, and then it was sold out. Anyway, onto the headset now, the most important piece. Oh, it is late. It's nice and small, too. Look at that. That's kind of a nice little size of the headset. Got a little card in here. Move lenses left or right to find clearest view. Oh, and I did look this up. So, the eyes, something called interpupillary distance, the distance between the pupils of your eyes. That was another thing I was wondering about, going from the Rift to the Quest, because the Rift had a little slider that you had millimeter adjustments. I can go anywhere from, say, like 58, 59, 60, 61, 62 millimeters, all the way up to like 70 millimeters. They didn't do that here, probably to make it less expensive. They only have 3 settings. There's a little click there. Not sure if you're able to hear it. There's 1, 2, and 3. Oh, that skipped. But from what I saw, I need 2. So I have it set to 2 because the second setting was exactly what my interpupillary distance is. So I got those. The other thing too is the Quest and the Quest 2. You can buy prescription lens caps So my exact glasses prescription, I can put a cap inside there that goes over there. So I don't even need to wear glasses or contacts while I'm using this. Those were a couple of the biggest things why I wanted to upgrade. Because the original Rift did not have any of that. Yeah, so that was it. Move lenses left or right to find the clearest view. So that I set already. Now in here, no sunlight on lenses. That is actually very important because these lenses, they're magnifying. If you shine the sunlight through a magnifier, it heats up whatever's on the other end of it. And what's on the other end of this? It's the LCD screen. Oh, there's a piece of plastic here. Or paper. Paper. Oh, very Apple-esque. A little pull tab. Okay, there's a nice little piece there. Okay. This is very interesting. So, the all the videos I've seen, everybody says, and I see this right now happening in real time. The color of this is gray. It's not white, but it looks white on the computer screen. And in all the YouTube videos I've seen, it looks white, but in person, it looks gray. That's very interesting. And Raymond, I've just been, it's been stressful with this new position I took, or I not really took, but I had to take, otherwise I couldn't work anymore. But as Bon Jovi said in his new song, if you can't do what you do, then do what you can. If you can't do what you... Why can I say that? If you can't do what you do, then do what you can. So I can't do my normal job, which I love, which is the teaching part. So I do what I can. And what I'm doing is tech support, which is not my favorite. Anyway, health-wise, I'm good. I've been working from home, which I'm very thankful for, so I don't really have to venture out at all. I have everything I need, like right here. And yes, Raymond, it is really weird. Let me see if I can just put this up closer. It looks white. Doesn't this look white? But it's not. This is gray. Like, I would call this storm cloud gray. That's how gray this looks in person. All right, I think I'm going to have to take my headset off, which I don't really need. Okay. Let's try this on. Ah, that sound. I'm going to do this again. This is going to be totally ASMR right now. Hold on, let me set this up for ASMR. Because I have this mic that can do ASMR now. Okay, here comes some ASMR. How was that? That was the funniest thing I have ever done. It sounded weird in the headset. I don't know, Raymond, if you have headphones on, but that was definitely weird. Wow. Okay. All right, let's try this. I live just outside of New York City in the suburbs. So I actually have not been in New York City in over a year. I've not been in anywhere of the 5 boroughs at all this year. And it's probably, the last time I was there was Manhattan. I was in Manhattan, I think last December. Yeah. I was planning on going back this year for the Rockefeller Center Christmas Spectacular with the Rockettes, but nope, not happening this year. All right, I'm going to try this without glasses. So I apologize. I cannot see, without my glasses, I cannot see anything in front of me. But let's try this. Okay, got to adjust the top piece. Ooh, a little tight there. Loosen that. Okay. It's weird. I just by habit, the Oculus Rift has headphones that come off the side of the strap here, but at the edge here, these are downward firing speakers that should go straight into my ear hole. But not bad. It's definitely lighter. I feel that, but I can feel the strain here of the strap. Yeah, as I move, like, for intense games, kind of like, I'm planning, I don't have it yet, but I'm planning on Beat Saber, which you're kind of moving around. I can feel this wiggling. See if I can make it tighter. But that's also the other thing you got to be careful. If you make it too tight, it becomes uncomfortable. Okay, so that's better with the side-to-side swaying. But I can feel the weight on my cheeks down here and right along here. So that's why a lot of people were recommending you don't use this headset, this strap system. Instead, I am going to now open the other accessory, or the only accessory I have, which is the Elite strap. Yeah, Raymond, I saw it. It's canceled. Are they even? I thought they were gonna put up like not moving balloons in a parade, but like a balloon somewhere, and then you can just view it. Is that a thing? I don't even remember hearing anything about. Well, I heard about it once, but then I haven't heard about it in like a month. Oh, here's another thing. It's a little spacer for glasses. Ooh. So I set before the Quest 2 without glasses. Let me try it with glasses. Oops, sorry. Actually, that works. I may not even need the spacer. That fits fine with my glasses. It's just, that was my biggest concern with this, was the glasses. But they fit totally fine inside here. And they're not blocking the speaker, which is good. Yeah. I mean, I'll try this spacer to see if it does anything better. But I don't feel any strain. I don't even feel the glasses right now. However, the Quest is off, so I don't see anything. But I can see it's like a couple of millimeters, the edge of my glasses from the edge of the lens of the Quest. So I may use the spacer, and then I would reset everything. But we are going to try now. Of course, I would drop it. Yes, I've been dropping a lot of things lately. Glasses spacer. Yeah, it's not a lot, but it may be enough for this little spacer. And this is kind of where you're seeing, this is where your face, the shape, it would make contact. And that kind of fits right around my face, which is good. And it fits with these glasses, which I really like. So that's good there. Now, I'm just going to put some things back in here. Just going to temporarily pack it back up. But overall, feels good. There we go. I think I hit the microphone. If I did, I'm sorry. All right, so that's set. And a little sneak peek is I actually opened that box before. I did open it when I got it delivered because I plugged it. Oh, I forgot the one other piece. The charger's in there. There's a tiny little box. And again, it's very Apple-esque. A very clean white box. You open the little box. Inside is the USB-C wall wart. And I believe it's a 3-foot USB-C cord. Sorry, I forgot to show that. But that was in there. I did charge it up before now. I just haven't put it on. What you saw was my first reaction of wearing the Quest 2. Now, here, we'll open this up. Now, this one I have not opened. And what's nice with these two boxes is, again, it's very Apple-esque, where there's a little pull tab, and then it slides right out. This is exactly like the cases that you get. Oh, is there a second one? There is a second pull tab here. Exactly like it's pretty much exactly like the cases and the boxes of the cases that you would get from Apple, whether it's the phone case or if it's an Apple Watch band. All right. There's the box. Matching. Perfect. Good job, Facebook, Oculus. Okay. Remove with care. Follow quick. I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. There's a little instruction book there. Remove with care. Follow quick start. Okay, so we're going to do that. Oh, look at that. It just pulls right up. That's convenient. They must have listened to Apple with the unboxing experience, because that was pretty good. Just pull up. It's just very natural feeling. There's a little shelf that it feels like your fingers go right under there, and I just pull it up, and oh, the whole thing comes out. Okay, and there it is. So now this is a rigid strap. And this cups the back of your skull. So that would cup the back of my skull. And that would give more support. Like when I feel this tightening, I feel the support right on the bulge, like the back of your skull. And this has a nice little twist for clamping it down to be tighter or looser. So when I attach this, I would put this on and then tighten it or loosen it, all depending on what I need. Nice. And to get the default strap off, you kind of just like snap it off, which I've seen people say, if you're not careful, you can snap the main plastic of the Quest. Okay, let's see. Here's a little quick start guide, a little Oculus book. Oculus Quest 2 Elite Strap Safety and Warning, and the Quick Start Guide. Yep, so you have to remove the faceplate from the Quest, remove the Velcro strap from the loop, put this one in, and snap it on. Sounds easy enough. I will not be doing that right now because I have not had dinner. And I am going to have dinner now. And where are we? In terms of time, we're just under an hour. Okay. So let me just put all this back together here. Wow, look at my hair. Huh. Okay. Well, I don't need to fix it up for the rest of the night. Yes, the movie theaters, Raymond. I have also the movie theaters all by me are closed. So I enjoy going to the movies. I like that giant screen experience with surround sound. I can't afford, even though I have this studio here, I still can't afford a home theater, and I don't have the space for a home theater. So it's nice going to the actual theater. So I enjoy going to the movies, and I do miss it. And a good rate of decline of traditional cable boxes. Yes, so that's something that I'm looking into because I have two cable boxes, but the Apple TV, you can get live stream. I have Altice, Optimum Altice, and if you have an Apple TV or a Roku or one of those streaming boxes, if you download the Altice app, and even on like my phone, if you download the Altice app, you get live TV on all of your channels that you get with your package. You get live streaming TV on your device. So it is a cable box. So I may be getting rid of a second cable box. We'll see how that pans out. All right, let me put all this back in the box, and then we'll start wrapping. Overall, first impressions, very nice. Very nice Facebook Oculus. Very, very nice. I'm going to have dinner. And then I'm going to turn those on. All right. So that is a wrap. There we go. So that is a wrap. You think 5G will outright kill cable boxes? Yes. I actually never even thought of that, but yeah, I could see that. Because in the Apple keynote when I was watching, I had no idea the speed of 5G. If 5G starts rolling out nationwide, like they had the Verizon CEO on, and if Verizon 5G, which I have Verizon, starts rolling out in those potential speeds, that can be faster than my own Wi-Fi. Like they said, in ideal conditions, you can get download speeds of 4 gigabits per second. And under moderate conditions, you can get a download speed of a gigabit per second. I get a download speed of 0.3 gigabit per second with my Wi-Fi, which still isn't bad. That's 300 megabits per second that I get, which isn't bad. But if this 5G pans out pretty well, that's going to be faster than my home Wi-Fi network. Wow. Okay. We shall see what the future holds. So, Raymond, thank you for joining me this evening. It was fun. It was something I really needed. I haven't really had any kind of video content production in a while, and I missed it. I missed you. I missed you guys. So I wanted to get out there, and I was like, I just got this in. Games and Storms is normally Tuesday, but I know it's coming Wednesday, so I wanted to get this on for you today. All right, so anybody else, Raymond, I know you're not into cars, but I have had viewers reaching out to me about, are you still doing car videos? I am, except, and Raymond, this is an update too, is I was adding, so my car, my WRX was at stage 2. Fine and dandy. I wanted to complete the package from front to back, and that's called Stage 2 Plus with this MA Performance company. And when I did that, I don't know if I did something wrong or there's something wrong with the hardware, but once I put those parts on, my car is idling at 2,500 RPM. Normally, it's supposed to idle around 500. I cannot stop the car from idling so high. It's so loud at idle, and it should not be idling at 2,500 RPM. Also, when driving it, if you like engines at 2,500 RPM and you're trying to engage first gear, it's not smooth, or it could damage your clutch. So I'm gonna have a video on a full throttle Thursday, not tomorrow, but I will be having a full throttle Thursday video on that. And really, my first troubled upgrade, where after I complete the upgrade, it got worse. Stay tuned to find out more about that. All right, Raymond, thank you so much. I have T-Mobile. I saw the same time as... Okay. Yeah, I've never used T-Mobile. I've only used Verizon all the time I've had a cell phone. So that was 20 years? Yeah, so I've had a Verizon for that. All right. So, Raymond, I hope you have a great rest of your night. I will say, I don't know when the next time I will be live is. Maybe Saturday. But check back, and hopefully those notifications did come through. So that's where you got notified I went live. But I hope you have a great rest of your night. Stay safe out there. This is meteorologist Andrew Pinero, and I'll see you in the next video.